right, my lovelies, today we get to work on measuring angles to the exact degree, not just putting them in their right category of acute, obtuse, or right, but actually getting the exact degree that it is. And to do that, we have to use a tool called a protractor. So this is a half circle protractor here, and it is the most common tool we are going to use to measure the exact degree of an angle. So let's just start with this guy here. First of all, there's kind of a step 0 to this that I want you to do first. We have to identify, is it acute? Is it obtuse? Is it right? Okay, because that is going to help us a great deal. This, we know, it is a very small angle. This is obviously an acute angle. So we know that when we find how many degrees this is, it should be between 1 degree and 89 degrees. If we get a really big number, we are wrong. We know that because acute angles are from 1 to 89 degrees. So looking at this, I am going to start and I'm going to make sure that my vertex is right there, either in that hole of the protractor or on that line if you're using a real one. Okay, and then I'm going to line this up with 0. You can see my 0 right there. My little ray on the bottom there kind of goes over it and hides it, but that is 0. So then, if you notice, there are a couple of different numbering systems here. This one starts at 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on, goes all the way around to 180 on this side. This side, the outer kind of ring here, this starts at 180 degrees. Then it goes down 170, 160, and so on. Would you ever start counting at 180? No, okay? So you are going to find where it lines up to 0. On this one, I know I'm going to use this inner set of numbers, not the outer one, because this one starts with a 0. Okay, so I have 0, and then I can see 10, and I can see 20 there. So it is somewhere in between 10 and 20, but looking closer at it, I can tell that's 15, that little tick mark right there, and that is 20. So it's somewhere even in between 15 and 20. Okay, it's kind of close to in between, but it's a little bit closer to 20. I know that this number is 18 degrees because it is just a little bit closer there. Okay, so would 18 degrees be considered an acute angle? Absolutely it would. Now, if you got a little confused and you started using this line, you would get about 162 degrees. That does not make sense for an acute angle. So that's why it's so important I have you write the type of angle it is inside these protractors. So you should have acute written inside here and 18 degrees written on the side where your answer is. Okay, let's come over here to this protractor and this angle. Right away, I know this is an obtuse angle, okay? It is big, it opens wider than 90 degrees. So I know my answer should be bigger than 90 degrees. Okay, so I'm gonna write obtuse right in there. But then I'm also gonna check out my bottom ray here. There's my 0. I know I'm gonna start with 0, 10, 20, 30. I'm not going to start measuring at 180 degrees. So I know I'm going to use this inside set of numbers, okay? That puts me right about here, right around 110 is what that says. So when I'm measuring here, I'm going to 110, but it is just a little bit past 110. I can see 110, so it's not that. It's just one past there, which would make it 111 degrees. Make sure you use your degree sign on there as well when you label that. Okay. Now, would 111 degrees be considered an obtuse angle? Yeah, so we're pretty safe there. Now, if you got something looked like about 69 degrees, or maybe you got or 71 degrees here, okay, that would not be an obtuse angle, not even close, okay? 69 is what this would actually be right there, but it looks like 71 going this way, so you gotta really watch out and not let it trick you. Always start with the 0. There's 110, it goes a little further. That's 111, an obtuse angle. So always double check yourself like that.